No, this is like, no, finish your transaction there, Ryan. You
It looks...
check out before somebody snipes it from you. Someone listening to this right now could snipe it from you.
This is gonna be a Patreon funded demo. Just because if it sucks, then I'll hoop jump it. If it rules, I'm gonna keep it.
Yeah.
I bought a vintage Guyatone Distortion in the middle of recording a podcast episode just because I liked the look of it. And we're going to find out in this video if I made a mistake or not. So the ad was sent in by a friend of the show, Joey Scar, who's won the Adventurers Club many, many times. If you don't know what the Adventurers Club is, well, if you watch the podcast or listen to it, we cover the craziest of Craigslist, the most redonkulous of Reverb, the most egregious of eBay, and so on and so on. People send us in listings from their local used websites or global used websites, and we just have fun making fun of them or commenting on the gear within. And each week, we cover 3 of those listings sent in by you, the viewer, and we pick one to be our favorite, and we give the winner a $25 digital gift certificate printed on heavy virtual cardstock for the favorite fast food or retailer establishment of their choice. So anyways, let's take a look at this thing, and hopefully by the end of the video, I'll be able to decide whether or not the pedal within is going to make it into my permanent collection, semi-permanent collection. Anyways, you can't keep everything forever. Or if I'm going to give this away via the Hoop Jumpers Club. And by the way, this is a Patreon funded demo. No matter what happens, the Patreons made this content possible. So if you want to be a Patreon and you want to make content possible, check out the link down below, or just select a name from the scroll that I'm playing right now and thank them in the comment section. We all have our part to do, and sometimes thanking the people who spend the money is the best thing you can do, right? Look at the box. So the one we covered on the show was in pretty used condition, but the one that I found on Reverb that I actually bought looked like it was cherry. This box says a little bit different, although it's in very good condition considering it's what, like almost 40 years old or something like that, 35 years old maybe. And people going like, the 80s isn't vintage. We're in a new century, and we've been in a new century for a quarter of a century. The 80s is vintage, guys. Sorry to break it to you. I was born 81. I'm vintage too. Oh my gosh, this looks absolutely cherry in here. This is amazing. Ah, I'm excited. I hope this thing doesn't suck. Oh, it's so clean looking. Look at that. It looks like the control panel from a spaceship. Josh Scott would be so proud of me right now. I've got the box and everything. I've got the original little foam piece here, and it's all in really good condition, and this Japanese like warranty card or whatever it is. Maybe I get it now. Maybe I get keeping the boxes and tracking down the boxes. All right, let's plug it in and see what it sounds like. Even the bottom is super clean, never been Velcroed. I'm going to start off with this Fender Player 2 Tele. I got this recently because Fender hired me to make a little short video for their own accounts, not for my account, for their accounts. And it was a fun project to do. And I got this cool Telecaster out of it, and I've been loving it. This thing is super duper fun, and something I learned that I didn't know, which you should check out when I selected this thing, is that the Player 2 Telecasters feature a wide variety of different woods and body styles. You're thinking body styles, what do you mean? Some are chambered and some are not. This one is chambered and it is super duper light. So if you've been curious about the Player 2 Teles at all and you didn't know that, I'll have a link down below. Go take a look, find out which ones are ash, which ones are mahogany, etc., etc., which ones are chambered and not chambered. I didn't know there would be such a wide range of options in one line of one model of guitar. Very interesting move, Fender. So anyways, I'm going to be playing through the Two Princeton's rig. First Two Princetons of 2025. How did it feel? We're off to a good start, aren't we? All right, let's check this thing out. Here is my clean signal. That's all you need to know. Clean, clean, clean. Let's get these knobs up to noon. And the slider is right in the middle. Is it gonna work? We're gonna find out. It is on. We've got a little tiny bar clear plastic LED situation going on there, completing the futuristic look of the era. Barky, right off the bat, it has got a bark to it. Interesting. Let's check out the gain control. Turn it all the way up, see what happens. Makes more noise, that's what happened. Oh man, it distorts, that's for sure. Let's roll it all the way back, all the way down to see what that sounds like. Not bad. Haven't even gotten into the EQ section yet, which I'm sure I can get into a lot of trouble with. That's not too bad. Right about there feels good to me. There's a bit of like a radish quality to it, isn't there? It's nice and creamy on the neck pickup. Been in a toadies mood lately, can you tell? All right, let's try diving into that graphic EQ now. It calls it harmonics, which makes me wonder if it's pre-clipping, if it's pre-distortion, if it's gonna push different distorted harmonics as I mess with this. Let's start with the mids. Might as well, right? As a child of the 90s, a teen of the 90s, scooping the mids always feels good to me. can't tell yet if that EQ is post or pre-distortion. I haven't spent any real time actually listening though. I was just kind of enjoying the moment. Let's try just diming the whole thing. If that increases the distortion, then it's pre. If there's no change to the distortion, then it's post, right? I think it's post. That's my suspicion anyways. The mids are scooped. You know what? Let's do that. Let's do one band at a time to see what we've got. Let's push it all and pull one band at a time. All right, now I'm just gonna spend a little time trying to dial in what I think is the best tone here in the room, outside of a mix, just the guitar by itself. That's a great sounding distortion. I mean, you could make any distortion sound better than it does stock by putting a multi-band EQ after it, but this one has it built in, right? I like that. Extra lows, but then pulled the low mids and pulled the mids a little bit while pushing the high mids and the highs a little bit. Who knew? Probably everyone. Everyone could listen to that description of an EQ after a distortion and know that it's going to sound massive, right? Let's try that with humbuckers. This is my Yamaha Revstar in a finish that you can't actually get in the United States. I got it because I'm a demo guy, but people often accuse me of having the Japanese version, which costs a lot more. But no, it says right on the back, made in Indonesia. You can buy these from Thomann, but they won't ship them to the States. And because of that, my local friend Robert, viewer of the show, Robert, he wants to buy this. And I'm thinking about it. I am thinking about it. I love this guitar. People are sleeping on these. These are excellent guitars in whatever finish you get them in, the Indonesian Revstars. I sold my Les Paul because I got this guitar. I'm like, this thing plays better. It's got that big, boomy, warm Les Paul sort of sound to it. It even sounds bigger and warmer because it has this low boost switch here that has a real transformer in there. There's like a miniature transformer inside this guitar. So yeah, it's more than meets the eye. But we're about to find out whether or not I'm going to sell this thing to Robert. I don't know. I'm trying to thin the herd over here. I've got so much stuff. It's ridiculous. I might sell it to him just because I like him. So anyways, here we go. Humbucker time. Not just humbucker, but great big warm boomy RevStar humbuckers. Oh, that's massive. This thing loves humbuckers. I'll say that. There's also 2 secret settings on the RevStar, out of phase settings in the number 2 and the number 4. Let's see what that sounds like. That was the number 2. Here's the number 4. I don't know if there's any difference between the two, honestly. There are. Here's the middle. Back to the bridge. Number 2. Middle. Number 4. And the neck. It's a distortion pedal that has an integrated graphic EQ. It's got a bit of a barky, dry rat sort of thing going on there without that intense filtering that comes with like true rats. Rats have that kind of like nasal sweep across the filter knob there, where this is more of an open-ended distortion. You can do whatever you want with the EQ. I like it. Sorry, hoop jumpers, I'm gonna keep this one. I think it's a fun one to have around. I like looking at it. I like messing around with it. Let's try to get ourselves in trouble on the way out of the video here and do some irresponsible stuff with that graphic EQ, and then we'll call it a video. Sorry I didn't give anything away. It's not gonna happen every single time. Christmas just happened. Didn't you get any gifts? Come on. Don't be so disappointed. classic V-shaped Mighty Ducks attack formation. I might have dive bombed the Yamaha out of tune. Oh well, I'm done. Video is done, guys. You can stop watching right now, or you could watch me end the thing by saying, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, dislike, leave me rude and nasty comments, support us on Patreon, buy a shirt if you're naked. Thank a Patreon in the comment section. The Patreons made this video possible. They made it possible for me to click buy now on Reverb in the middle of a podcast episode so we could find out once and for all if this vintage distortion pedal is worth it. I think it was like $175 after shipping. I'm happy with my purchase. I'm glad I did this. I'm looking forward to throwing this on a board and using it in demos for distortion and things like that. You know, things like that, things like distortion, what it's made to do. So anyways, yeah, thank a Patreon. They deserve it. They helped you out. You were looking for a video for this pedal, and this is the one that you found. And it's the best video you found for this pedal, right? It's gotta be. Maybe there's a better video out there. Put a link to the better video in the comment section of this video. All right, thanks guys. Stay grounded.